Good morning to all. This is Lakshmi Kantam. I was the collector and district magistrate of Krishna district of Andhra Pradesh from 2017 to 19 and subsequently worked as a joint executive officer in Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. Today's my topic is the transformative reforms towards Viksit Bharat at 2047. Viksit Bharat is developed India, that is equality for all, prosperity for all, Saksharata, Sashaktikaran, Samruddhi, literacy, empowerment and prosperity. So that is the goal of Viksit Bharat, developed India. That is the government's vision to build a particular mission of making India into a completely developed nation by the 100th year of independence in 2047. But in order to achieve this Viksit Bharat 2047, there are certain reforms which are highly imperative for India in making this goal. These reforms, reform, perform, transform. These are the absolute reforms. There are certain absolute reforms to make India into a Viksit Bharat. The very first type of reform is governance and bureaucracy reforms. Governance is invisible government, visible governance, minimum government, maximum governance. Good governance is nothing but an expectation, not an exception. It all depends upon the 8 principles of the good governance: accountability, transparency, responsiveness, participatory, consensus oriented, effectivity, efficiency, equitable and inclusive, and rule of law. These are the 8 arms and 8 principles of good governance. The very first one, governance and bureaucracy reforms, can be better explained in a 5-letter scintillating word that is known as civic. C-I-V-I-C. C, the very first C stands for cut and compliances burden. India faces 69,000 plus compliances under 1500 plus laws. Outdated themes persist, making a digital faceless system vital for deregulations. Number 2, second letter is I. This I, institutional accountability. Institutions are where the future leaders are made, tomorrow's leaders are made. And accountability breeds responsibility. Accountability breeds response plus ability, responsibility. That means they modernize the bureaucracy with lateral entries and needs to constitute an independent civil services board to oversee the appointments and transfers, thereby reducing the political interference, and strengthen the judiciary with a maximum number of judges to focus on the fasting trials to curb this Tariq issue. And the third letter is V, voter education and electoral reform. Focus on voters' education and particularly empower all the citizens against manipulation and misinformation. And during 2024 each candidate spent about 57.23 lakhs, which is quite an opaque process, but it needs to be strengthened in a participatory and most transparent manner. And the next letter is I. Again, the fourth letter is I. I stands for inclusive cities and federalism. Build the inclusive cities with affordable housing, the sanitation, 24/7 utilities and urban green codes. And the fifth letter is C. C stands for cyber and digital public infrastructure. That means expanding the digital public infrastructure with artificial intelligence enabled governance, and also revamping the central know your customers, which is a universal real-time secure financial access. The second type of reforms is economic reforms. It is the most effective and efficient reforms. This is the study of choices. It can be better explained in a 6-letter word in English, that is liberate. 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 Liberalization. Looking for liberalization in economic scenario. The very first letter is L. L stands for labor laws and labor codes and lands. Implement the labor codes and then streamline the land acquisition to foster the jobs and investment. The second letter is I. Inflation targeting. Inflation is the silent theft of the savings, and it is the enemy of the people. Streamline the consumer price index baskets, CPI baskets, and also promote and improve the repo rate transmissions, which impacts the price stability. And the third letter in liberate is B. B stands for banking and bankruptcy. World is looking for bankings rather than banks. They streamline the banking system on par with the world standards, and also improve the spreading of this insolvency and bankruptcy code, IBC. And the fourth letter is E. Ease of doing business, EODB. Ease of doing business. Less frictions, more tractions. Red tape to red carpet is the motto of ease of doing business. That is swift implementation of Jana Vishwas Act, focusing on decriminalization of the minor business offences. And the next letter is R. Research and development. India needs to spend 2% of GDP on research and development and promoting the private players into the innovative systems. Invest today, impact tomorrow. The next letter is A. Asset sale. That is pursue the calibrated disinvestment and the strategic privatization of this loss-making public sector undertakings to unlock the potential. The next letter is T. That is tax reforms. Simplify the taxes, amplify the returns. Particularly GST shall be simplified to expand its ambit to include fuel, alcohol, electricity and real estate. As of now, these fields are under the control of the state government because of the high revenues resources. And the last letter in liberate is E. Encourage innovations. Encouragement today, enrichment tomorrow. Developing the transparent markets, strong protective mechanisms, and then redressal grievances. And the next reforms is business and manufacturing. Doing business in rosiness is nothing but an easiness. This can be explained better way in the form of a 4-letter word that is known as MADE. M-A-D-E. The first letter M stands for MSME business, looking for aggressive credit financing and global listing opportunities through GIFT IFSC. And the second letter is A. Atmanirbhar Bharat, towards defense manufacturing and productions, promoting the domestic productions and promoting the public-private partnership to reduce the dependence on imports and making India as the global hub for the defense exports. Vocal for local, local for global is the motto of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And the third letter is D. Deregulations. In India, any plant or any factory establishment requires a lot of paperwork. So India is looking for a functional single window system integrating the state approvals and central approvals online with a specific deadline. Free markets, free choices. And the last letter in made is E. This is E is energy and exports. That means don't be a what waster, be an energy master. Waste to energy is the motto, and then promote this concept and also exports. For exports, we have to concentrate much on ISOs, international standardization of organizations, and also BIS models, Bureau of Indian Standards, which will promote the acceptability and credentiality. The next reforms looking for is an agriculture reforms, sowing seeds, growing dreams. That it can be explained in the form of a 4-letter FARM, FARM. FARM stands for finance and fertility. Finance planning, fertility planning grow together. That means F stands for finance. The farmers are looking for aggressive credit financing and replacement of input subsidy with direct benefit transfers, and boost the fertility through irrigation and mechanization, and promoting the climate resilient seed varieties and climate smart farming. And the next letter in farm is A, agri markets and exports. Agri markets are looking for hungry baskets. Agriculture produce market committee expansions, thereby allowing the internal procurements and also encourages the contract farming. India is terribly looking for agriculture exports towards $70 billion by making the value chains on the most potential items like food, spices, fruits and vegetables. And the next letter is R, rural livelihoods, particularly concentrating on dairying, fisheries, beehive, and then poultry, looking for increasing the farmers' income. India needs to focus on these ethanol blending mechanisms to to double the farmer's income, to call the farmer as the Urjadata besides Annadata. That means the farm feeds the supplies. And M stands for markets. India needs to focus more on the comprehensive risk management prices rather than minimum support prices, because the comprehensive risk management it will cover the risks including disasters, and also ensure the land ownership titles with the help of digitization and integrating blockchain technologies in DILRAP, that is Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. The next reforms are education. Education is the fourth sustainable development goal. It is the most important tool which depends upon the 5 pillars, that is availability, affordability, accessibility, equity and quality. Educate and elevate. Learn today, lead tomorrow. It can be better explained in a 5-letter scintillating, unbeatable, inimitable and impeccable word in English, that is learn. L-E-A-R-N. L stands for literacy and learnings. India needs to spend 6% of GDP on the public education, promoting the foundational literacy, teachers trainings, quality and accountability. And E stands for educational regulators. In higher education there are certain higher education regulators, particularly University Grants Commission and All India Council for Technical Education, which concentrate much on reducing the administrative burden, and it has to focus much on research and innovation, including the quality. And the third letters in learn is A, acquire skills early. Skills of today are the gills of tomorrow. Skill is a gill which will make you full, otherwise it will make you dull and nil. So acquire the skills early. Skill based curriculum shall be incorporated in the education curriculum, and then thereby bridging the gap between academic and industrial needs, or reach the global standards. That means excellence knows no boundaries, no borders, beyond the boundaries. That means invite all the global universities. Aim of making single Indian university in top 100 global universities, and making the sports school with powerful infrastructure. That means opening up the satellite campuses in so many international universities, and also vice versa shall be promoted. And N, nurturing the innovation, nurture the nature, nurture the future. That means promoting the investments in universities, and then reform testing mechanism, thereby promoting the initiatives like PARAK, performance assessments, renew and analysis of knowledge for holistic development. And the next reforms is health reforms. Healthy vibes, happy lives. It can be better explained in a 4-letter word known as CURE. C. That is, C stands for caring. Right to health with universal health coverage is the motto of the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. And U stands for unified standards. Unified standards are unbeatable glimpses and excellences. That means hospital accreditations and proper labeling of healthy products in affordable way and safety and secured way. And R stands for records and rights. From records to rights, transparency ignites. Ayushman Bharat Health Act incorporates the digitization of the patient's history and health records with patient's consent. And E stands for encouragement. That means encourage the innovations in medtech startups and also national trauma grid care, thereby supporting the emergency responses. Next transformations and reforms are environment and sustainability reform. Sustainability could be environmental sustainability, economic sustainability, cultural sustainability, social sustainability. Be the change, not the waste. Environment is our ultimate attainment, achievement and accomplishment. It can be better explained in the form of a 5-letter word that is known as green. GREEN. Join the green revolution with green hydrogen. Make the India by 2030 as a green hydrogen ecosystem. And second letter is R, renewable energy and battery research and development. Promote the battery energy storage systems. India's Panchamrut concept deals with the production of energy, renewable energy from non-fossil fuels up to 500 gigawatts by 2030, reduce the 1 billion carbon metric tons by 2030, net zero effect by 2070, and contribution of renewable energy towards the total energy shall be more than 50%, and contribution of non-renewable energy towards the total GDP of energy shall be less than 50%. So that you have to promote this renewable energies. And the third letter is E, that is emissions. Less emissions, more solutions. That means air quality have to be improved, and then promoting the carbon marketings, thereby promoting the voluntary carbon creditings. And then E stands for efficiency in recycling of materials, and then create the space for recycling also. N stands for nurturing the climate resilient cities. And the next reforms are transportation reforms. Transportation modernization includes monorails, unirails, bullet trains and magnetic levitation rails. R stands for regulation and rationalization. including the number of electric trucks to reduce the carbon imprints, and also promoting the vehicular supplies through manufacture, emission and safety methodologies. And then I stands for infrastructure indexing, including education, health and infrastructure for equitable development. And P stands for ports. World class ports have to be developed with cargo mechanisms and efficient logistic hubs, because ports cover nearly 95% volume of the goods and 65% value of the goods. And the next reforms are that is tech and digital reforms. That means seamless solutions or safety systems. It can be better explained in a 5-letter word: ideas. Innovation in artificial intelligence. That means innovation through intelligence. Innovate today and then harvest tomorrow. That means next letter is D, digital personal data protection. Digital rights are real rights. E stands for education and skill for future, and A stands for auditing and ethics. Audit today and profit tomorrow. That excellence in audit and then excellence in audit built on ethics. And S stands for security. Security today, safety tomorrow. Promoting the clear crypto rules and taxations and compliance. And promote the space reforms also with Gaganyaan, Chandrayaan, Aditya and orbit missions, and promoting the FDIs 100% towards the space reforms also. So by achieving all these reforms, India will become a Viksit Bharat, a completely developed country by 2047, and it can achieve or reach the $30 trillion economy also. So we hope for the best. India will be a highly developed Viksit Bharat by 2047. With these words, gracious, grazie, obrigado, salamat, merci bien, merci beaucoup, simply a 8-letter English word with a small space. It is thank you.